Hello viewers. So, in our last video we have discussed about the Reserve Bank of India, which we know that is the apex body which is monitoring, regulating and looking after all the financial system of the country. And we have discussed that it has come forward by the recommendation of the Hilton or the Royal Commission that was there in 1926, and it was established in the year 1935 by the RBI Act 1934. So, as a major portion of the financial system or the apex body of the financial system, it is carrying out various functions and it is doing or it has a very important and crucial role in the financial system of the country. So, while it is doing such a vital role in the financial system and the economy of the country, it is operating that through various departments. So, there are overall 23 departments of the Reserve Bank of India, and in today's video we are going to discuss the departments of the Reserve Bank of India. I am Amita Patra, Head of the Department, Master of Commerce, Finance and Control. We are discussing Reserve Bank of India, and today we will be discussing the departments of the Reserve Bank of India. So, let us start with the departments of the Reserve Bank of India, and first we will talk of the department, that is Banking Department. So, we know that Reserve Bank of India was established since 1935 as a private bank, and henceforth in the year 1949 it was nationalized, and mostly that was been established as a bank which is going to look after or who is going to look into the affairs of the other private banks, those who are operating at that time. So, the banking department is responsible for rendering the bank's services as a banker to the government and to the banks. And it consists of 4 subdivisions. The banking department of Reserve Bank of India is consists of 4 subdivisions, that are Public Accounts Department, Public Debt Department, Deposit Accounts Department and the Securities Department. So, there are 14 branches of the banking department, each headed by a joint or deputy manager. So, this is what the banking department of Reserve Bank of India is. Next, we have the issue department. We know that Reserve Bank of India has the sole authority of issuing currency, and the department that is looking after that is the issue department. The issue department is concerned with the proper and efficient management of the note issue. As we know in our previous class that the currency notes that are floating in the market of India or Indian financial market, that are issued by the Reserve Bank of India, and this issue department is concerned with the proper and efficient management of this note issue. And for the conduct of monetary transactions, the country has been divided into 14 circles of issue, each having an office of issue and the branch of the issue department. So, each 14th circle is having an office of issue, and each branch of the issue department consists of the general department and the cash department controlled by the currency office. So, each branch of the issue department is consists of 2 divisions, that is the general department and the cash department controlled by the currency office. And the general department deals with resource operations, that is arrangement of supply of notes and coins from the press and the government mints, and the cash department deals with the cash transactions. So, this is what the issue department is consists of, and this is how the currency note circulation, arrangement and everything deals with the issue of the currencies and notes is been dealt by the Reserve Bank of India. Next, we will talk of the Department of Currency Management, and this department is concerned with the forecasting of the long term requirement of the currency. So, what will be the requirement of the currency? What is the requirement of the currency in the financial market? This is been put forward, or this is been looked after by the Department of Currency Management. And indenting and allocating of currency notes to various branches of the issue department, taking into account the demand pattern, storage facilities, etc. So, all the currency management is being done by this department, that is the Department of Currency Management, and it is headed by the chief officer. So, the chief officer is the one who is looking after taking care of this department, that is the Department of Currency Management. So, next department that the Reserve Bank of India is having, that is the Department of Expenditure and Budgetary Control, and this department is concerned with the preparation of the bank's budget and monitoring of the expenditure of the different units. That is what the Department of Expenditure and Budgetary Control of RBI is doing, and it is headed by the financial control. So, as we know that budget is a part or an important part of every financial dealing, and the Reserve Bank of India is also doing that under the headship of the financial controller. Next, we have the Department of Government and Bank Accounts, and this department is concerned with the maintenance and supervision of the bank's accounts, and it is in the issue and the banking departments and the compilation of weekly statements of affairs and the annual profits and loss accounts and balance sheet, and this department is being headed by the chief accountant. Next department that we are having is Exchange Control Department, and this Exchange Control Department is responsible for controlling foreign exchange transactions and maintaining exchange rate stability. Next department that we are having is the Department of Banking Operations and Development. This department has entrusted with the responsibility of the supervision, control and development of the commercial bank system in the country. So, the Department of Banking Operations and Development, that means as we know that the Reserve Bank of India is not only the bank to the government, it is also called as the bankers bank. So, it is the one who is regulating all other banks, and this Department of Banking Operations and Development is taking care of that. And for your information, it is to be noted that although the Reserve Bank of India has been established under the RBI Act 1934, the power or the act that is giving the RBI the permission or the act which is making RBI the authority of all the banks or the bankers bank is the Banking and Regulation Act 1949. So, according to the Banking and Regulation Act 1949, the Reserve Bank of India has the authority to take care of all the other banks that is prevailing. So, this is what the Department of Banking Operations and Development is. And till July 1982, it was also concerned with the lead bank scheme and bank credit to the priority sectors. Then we have another important department, that is Industrial Credit Department, and the Industrial Finance Department is basically concerned with the administration of the credit guarantee scheme for small scale industries or as agent of the Government of India with the operational and organizational aspects of the state financial corporations and work connected with the Industrial Development Banks of India, data collection about financing of small scale industries and other relevant problems. So, Industrial Credit Department if we will talk of, then the not only the taking care of the banks, the Reserve Bank of India has the responsibility of promoting the industries and the development of the economy, and also they should look after the credit of the industries, because as we know that the more the industries are strengthened in a economy or in a country, the country is that strong and economically wealthy. So, that is why there is a separate department, that is the industrial credit department, who is taking care of the industrial credits of the country. And it also deals with the operation and administration of the credit authorization scheme. Another important department that we are having in Reserve Bank of India, that is the agricultural credit. So, it is to be noted that as a country of agriculture, or the country which is based on agriculture, the development of the country not only based on the development of the industries, it also highly dependent on the development of agriculture. So, that part is also considered by the Reserve Bank of India, and there is a separate section for the credit of agriculture, that is the agricultural credit department. And this department is mainly responsible for building up of a sound cooperative credit structure in agricultural financing, supplementing the financial resources of state cooperative banks, providing financial assistance to state governments to strengthen the cooperative structure, advising central and state governments on agricultural and rural credit, formulating policies for taking over of PSCs for financing by commercial banks, coordinating the long term credit activities of state land government banks, etc. So, there are various things that the department is doing for the promotion of the agriculture, and the department also keeps liaisons with the agricultural refinance and development corporation and the agricultural finance corporations, SCBs and LDBs. With the establishment of the NABARD, now all functions of the agricultural credit department have been transferred to this new institution, except for the supervision and control over the operations of the primary, that is urban cooperative banks, and the responsibility of supervision and control of PCBs are now shifted to the Department of Banking Operation and Development. So, the agricultural credit department, as we said, that it is a very crucial and important department, as it is looking after the agricultural sector of our country, and by the establishment of NABARD, most of the works or most of the responsibility the RBI has shouldered to NABARD, and NABARD is the one who is going to take care of most of the agricultural or almost all of the agricultural development and agricultural sector of the India. So, it is to be noted here that when the Reserve Bank of India was established, by that time the main focus is on the rural belt. The rural India need to be developed, or it need to be encouraged, and financial facilities are needed to be rendered to the rural belt. But as the financial sector or the banks at that time are privately owned, and also the Reserve Bank of India at the time of its establishment is privately owned, it is moreover concerned for the benefit of the private sectors, and most of them are not very willing to take care of the rural India or rural base. But after the nationalization of the Reserve Bank of India in 1st January 1949, after that the most of the priority of the bank is to focus on rural belt and the upliftment of the rural, and that can be best done by increasing the agriculture. And by the establishment of NABARD, the NABARD is having also the power, or you can say the authority, according to the Banking Regulation Act 1949, to look after all the agricultural sectors, agricultural credit, or the development and facilitation of the agriculture, and that is the one which also looking after the RRBs. The RRBs are answerable to NABARD, or they are under NABARD. So, like that there are various provisions, or there are various facilities and functions that have been done for the development of agriculture. Next we have Rural Planning and Credit Department. So, this department was established in 1982, and it is basically concerned with issues like district credit plans, lead bank scheme, provision of expert guidance or assistance, and processing and sanction of general lines of credit for short term advances to the NABARD, special studies for promoting IRDB, and for framing the Reserve Bank's policy on rural development. Another important department of Reserve Bank of India is non-banking companies. So, as par with the banking sector, the non-banking companies are also doing or operating in the financial market, and there is a department which is taking care of the non-banking companies, and this department administers and controls as well as regulates deposits of non-banking financial companies. Another department, that is credit planning cell, that the credit planning and banking development cell have been constituted for the formulation and monitoring of credit policies as well as the developmental aspects of commercial banks. So, for the developmental aspect of the commercial banks and credit policies, there is a department which has been established, that is the credit planning cell, and it checks out macro level monetary budgets of the country. The Department of Economic Analysis and Policy, and this department conducts economic research and reviews financial and banking conditions in the country, and the economic department comprises of 5 units. So, the 5 units under the economic department are the internal finance unit, international finance unit, price, production and general unit, analysis of national economic parameters unit, and the general unit. So, these are the 5 units that are under economic department, and the economic department also prepares the bank's annual report, the report on trend and progress of banking in India, and the report on currency and finance, and the Reserve Bank of India bulletins. These are all prepared by the Department of Economic Analysis and Policy. So, basically if we will say that this department is doing or cross checking or analyzing that what is the economic condition, and also preparing bulletins and preparing annual reports to have a look on that where the economy of the country stands, and it gives a good insight to the economists into the country's economy. And it also undertakes ad hoc studies on emerging aspects of banking and other important issues. Next, we have the statistical analysis and computer services, and its main function involves the generation, collection, processing and compilation of statistical data relating to the banking and financial sectors from the operational as well as research point of view. So, another important department if we are talking of is the statistical and computer services. So, this statistical and computer services department is doing what? As we know that the statistical department is taking care of collecting data in various ways. They are compiling that, they are comparing that, they are making the correlation and regression, and the computer services are also involved in that, and they are giving us the data from the research point of view also. Then we have legal department. It rents legal advice on various matters referred to it by the bank. Inspection department, it carries out internal inspections of the offices and departments of the bank. Then Department of Administration and Personnel, it looks after the general administration and personnel policy such as recruitment, training, placement, promotions, transfers, discipline, appeals, service conditions, wage structure, etc. So, these are some other departments, like the legal department is looking after what is the legal terms and conditions, whether the rules and regulations that are framed by the Reserve Bank of India are being conducted and carried out properly or not. It has inspection department which is inspecting that whether the things are going correct or not, where the things are to be rectified, and also it has Department of Administration and Personnel. So, the Department of Administration and Personnel are taking care of various things of RBI like the recruitment, how to do the training, how to do the placement, how to do the promotion, what will be the appraisal, like various things are there which are taken care by the administration and personnel department. Next we have premises department. So, by premise what we mean that it is mainly concerned with the construction of buildings for the bank's offices, training institutions and staff quarters. So, basically if we will say that this premise department is taking care of the construction department, how the offices has to be constructed, how the premise is to be built up, that is taken care by altogether a separate department of RBI, that is the premise department. Then we have the management service department. It is basically concerned with organizational analysis, system search and development, work procedure studies and codification, manpower planning, costing studies, etc. So, these management services are been taken care by the management service department. Then Reserve Bank of India Service Board. There is a separate department, that is the Service Board, which is there in the Reserve Bank of India, and its function involves conducting of examination or interviews for the selection and promotion of staff in the Reserve Bank. So, not only the Reserve Bank of India is taking care of government, or it is a government's bank, not only it is issuing currency notes, not only it is taking care of the banks and it is the bankers bank, not only taking care of other banks and the financial institutions, it is also taking proper care of its own staffs by conducting examinations, selection procedures and interviews for their staffs, and by that it is keeping the standard of its intact, and all these are taken care by a separate department, that is Reserve Bank of India Service Board. So, the Service Board is taking care of all these internal staff recruitment, interview, selection and promotion aspects. So, next important department of central bank is the central records and documentation. So, as we know that when we are dealing with something or doing something, keeping the records and documentation is very essential and important, and Reserve Bank of India has a separate department for that, and it is meant for the preservation of non-current records of the bank. It provides arrangement for the scientific preservation of records, retrieval services to the enquirer departments, tools of reference such as catalogs, indices, etc. So, there is a separate department, or we can say that a separate division is there in the Reserve Bank of India, who is taking care of all the documentation and preservation of that documentation for the reference or referral if is needed, and for also citing whenever it is required. Then we have Secretaries Department. So, it attends to the secretarial work connected with the meetings of the central board and its committee, and of the administrators of the RBI Employees Provident Fund and RBI Employees Cooperative Guarantee Fund. So, this is what taken care by the Secretaries Department. Now, we will talk of the last department, that is the training establishments. This training establishment department is set up 3 prominent training institutions for imparting training in different areas of bank. For the training and promotion, there are 3 distinct training institutions which has been established, that are the Bankers Training College at Bombay, the College of Agricultural Banking at Pune, and the Reserve Bank Staff College at Madras. There are also zonal training centers situated in Bombay, Calcutta, Madras and New Delhi for conducting induction, functional and short term preparatory courses for the clerical staffs. There are training institutions of 3 prominent institutions established at Mumbai, Bombay, Pune and Madras. Presently we know the places as Mumbai, Pune and Chennai, and also there are zonal or divisional the training offices, or there are divisional training centers situated at Mumbai, New Delhi, Calcutta and Chennai, which are taking care of time to time training and upgradation of also the clerical staff. So, like this there are 23 different departments in the Reserve Bank of India, which is taking care of the financial system of the entire country, economic growth of the country, and also at the same time it is taking care of its own division and also taking care of the training, updation and also time to time revival of their own employees and staff. So, this is how the Reserve Bank of India is efficiently, smoothly and effectively operating through its 23 departments, and this is what the efficiency of the central bank or the Reserve Bank of India is. In our next videos, we will learn some more about this Reserve Bank of India. For today, this is all. Thank you.